Chapter 6. Title: Echoes of the Past. As Jack and Evelyn returned home from their rejuvenating getaway, they felt more connected than ever. The weekend had been a much-needed break from their busy lives, allowing them to focus on each other and strengthen their bond. A few days after their return, Jack received a letter in the mail. It was from an old friend from college, Mark, whom Jack hadn't spoken to in years. Curious, Jack opened the letter and read its contents. Mark was reaching out to reconnect and suggested meeting up for lunch to catch up. Excited by the prospect of rekindling an old friendship, Jack immediately called Mark and arranged to meet him the following weekend. He told Evelyn about the letter, and she was thrilled to see Jack reconnecting with an old friend. When the day of the meeting arrived, Jack was filled with a mix of excitement and nervousness. He and Mark had been close in college, but they had drifted apart over the years as their lives took different paths. Jack wondered if they would still have anything in common after all this time. As Jack and Mark sat down for lunch, they quickly fell into easy conversation. They reminisced about their college days, sharing stories and laughing at old jokes. They talked about their lives since then, the ups and downs, the challenges and triumphs. As they talked, Jack realized how much he had missed having Mark in his life. They had always been able to talk about anything, and Jack felt a sense of comfort and familiarity in Mark's presence. After lunch, they decided to take a walk in the park. As they strolled among the trees, Jack opened up to Mark about his recent struggles with work and how Evelyn had been his rock throughout it all. Mark listened attentively, offering words of encouragement and support. "I'm so glad we reconnected, Jack," Mark said, clapping him on the back. "You've always been like a brother to me, and I've missed having you in my life." Jack smiled, feeling grateful for the rekindled friendship. "I've missed you too, Mark. Let's make sure we don't lose touch again." The two friends quickly fell into their old rhythm, reminiscing about their college days and catching up on each other's lives. Evelyn tried to join in the conversation, but she couldn't shake the feeling of being on the outside looking in. As the visit progressed, Evelyn began to feel more and more excluded. She felt as though Jack and Mark were speaking a language she couldn't understand, their inside jokes and shared history creating a barrier between them. She tried to hide her feelings, but they began to simmer beneath the surface, threatening to boil over. One evening, after Mark had left, Evelyn sat down with Jack to talk. She expressed her feelings of insecurity and exclusion, explaining that she had felt left out during Mark's visit. Jack listened attentively, his expression thoughtful. "I'm sorry you felt that way, Evelyn," Jack said sincerely. "I didn't realize how my relationship with Mark was affecting you. I value your feelings, and I want to make things right." Together, Jack and Evelyn discussed ways to bridge the divide between them and Mark. They decided to invite him over for dinner and have an open and honest conversation about how they could all move forward in a way that felt comfortable for everyone. When Mark arrived for dinner, Evelyn made an effort to engage him in conversation, asking about his life and interests. She was pleasantly surprised to find that they had more in common than she had realized, and she began to see him in a new light. As the evening wore on, Jack, Evelyn, and Mark talked openly about their feelings and concerns. Mark apologized if he had ever made Evelyn feel excluded, explaining that he had always seen her as an important part of Jack's life. He expressed his desire to build a better relationship with her, one based on mutual respect and understanding. Evelyn, in turn, apologized for her initial misgivings and expressed her own desire to move forward in a positive way. She realized that her feelings of insecurity had been unfounded and that Mark was not a threat to their relationship, but rather a valuable friend to Jack. By the end of the evening, the tension had melted away, replaced by a sense of camaraderie and connection. Jack, Evelyn, and Mark had bridged the divide between them, forging a new understanding and appreciation for each other. As Jack and Mark's friendship blossomed, so did Jack and Evelyn's relationship. They continued to prioritize their connection, making time for each other despite their busy schedules. Their love had only deepened over the years, strengthened by the challenges they had faced together. Thank you for listening. New chapters every day. Like and subscribe.